Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Hales and I make videos about the books that I'm reading. So my library is currently undergoing like big changes. I had an issue. The shelf in my closet just fell. Like all of my clothes, for whatever reason, decided that they needed to pull the shelf down. So there's just stuff everywhere. And I was in the middle of reorganizing my bookshelves. So I am not in the space that I am typically in when I film. So I guess I'm hoping that this is going to come out well enough. I don't like the shadows on my face, but I can't plug in my ring light right now. So I guess it is what it is for right now, but yeah. Okay, actually, I think I don't know that I like this that much. It's a little bit orange. I'm gonna try to do some color correction when I edit, but this is a little bit better. I fixed the exposure. I don't like this, but at this point I'm like, take what I can get because I'm not in my general filming section. I don't think there's anything I can do about this shadow at this point, so I'm just gonna film. So today I am going to be building my TBR for the month of September, and I'm just gonna say now, I didn't read a single thing off of last month's TBR. Unless I put Flawless by Elsie Silver on it, the only thing that I read in August was the Chestnut Springs series. I started one book, I believe, that wasn't a Chestnut Springs book, and I was reading it just to like kind of palate cleanse when I finished Powerless. I had started it and I didn't actually mean to open the ebook, and then it like put on Goodreads that I was reading that, so I was like, okay, I'll read a couple pages. So I might finish that because it's just a novella in this like interconnected series that I started reading. So that's technically going to be on my September TBR, that book, but I'm going to once again draw from this little jar, and I did switch my TBR jar to this Owl Crate Apothecary. I got this in, I don't even remember what box it came in, but I saw it on my shelf because it was just sitting there, and I was like, you know what? I could put my TBR prompts in that and use that. And right now I'm thinking that maybe it wasn't a great idea, as I'm like mixing up the prompts and trying to make sure that they're nice and like mixed from when they were in the little cat cup. So yeah, I'm just gonna draw for my TBR and we're gonna see what I'm reading this month. Ooh, I got two though. Okay, so let me set that there because it is very breakable. And the first one that I get is a book from an author with your first name. Shoot. I don't know a single author with my first name. I'm gonna have to Google that, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and veto this one because I can't find anything that I want to read. And honestly, the only thing that is coming up is Alex Haley. And so I'm gonna go ahead and veto this one for the time being. I will research it for a potential pick in the future, but we're just gonna draw again, and that is like, I haven't really set out any rules for my TBR jar, but I think that I'm gonna give myself like 3 vetoes. 3 vetoes per, I don't know, 3 months, 3 vetoes in 3 months. I guess that kind of shakes out to 1 a month, but if I don't use one month, then 2 will carry over. If I don't use any, 3 will carry over. And then after 3 months, it'll reset and it'll just be 3 months and 3 vetoes. So yeah, I'm gonna pick again. I think that that's the only one in here that I'm really like I was really hesitant about getting that one. Even when I was writing the prompt down, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy this. Okay, so the next one is a banned book. I don't know if you can, yeah, a banned book. So right off the top of my head, I have been wanting to read The Hate U Give, and I know that that is a banned book. So I think that I'm going to go ahead and put that on my TBR. So that'll be the first thing that I decide for the month that I'm going to read is The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas. I have it somewhere, I believe. So I will locate my copy and actually try to like work on the physical TBR as well, because my TBR, my physical TBR is out of control. Okay, so pick number 2, let's see. I don't know that I like this TBR jar very much. I might switch back to the cat. We will have to see. I can't mix it very well, so I would either have to mix them all up before I sit down to film next month, which I could do, but it also kind of feels like a lot. Okay, so my second prompt is a Libby borrow, and this actually really works out well for me because I borrowed Book Lovers by Emily Henry, which I have physically. I have a physical copy of it, and I'm thinking that I'm probably gonna like tandem read it. I don't think that that's like the actual phrase, but I'm going to listen to the audiobook like at night when I'm laying in bed, and then I'll probably switch to the physical book during the day so that I can kind of annotate and jot down some of my thoughts and opinions on it, because I annotated Beach Read, and I did that on my first read of it, and I really enjoyed it, and I liked my commentary when I was reading it, and I liked what I was kind of writing about the book and my reactions, and I like looking back on that copy of Beach Read now, because now that's like one of my all-time favorite books. It was something about it just really spoke to me, and I really enjoyed it. So I do want to be able to write down some of my reactions to Book Lovers as I am reading it, and I can't do that as much when I am listening on the audiobook, so I'm gonna try to kind of use both mediums and see what I can do, and I might try as well to read along in the physical book and make my comments as I'm listening to the audiobook, but I do listen to audiobooks on 3 times speed, so it's not as easy to annotate, I guess, when I read along in the book with the audiobook. And the cat's back because I'm talking a lot. So I'm gonna try and do that for Book Lovers by Emily Henry. And that is my second pick for the month. So I'm gonna do one more prompt. That's my typical prompt pick for the month of August. No, sorry. So I'm gonna pick one more prompt out and see what the fates have in store for my reading month for September. I typically only pick 3 prompts out for my TBR for the month because I am a mood reader. So I don't like having a set TBR typically. I like having books that I want to read, and I like being like, okay, well, I really want to get to that, and it's on my TBR, so if I read it, then I feel accomplished. But I don't typically stick to a TBR as a, like, you have to do this kind of thing, because I don't like to feel obligated to read, because I read for fun and for enjoyment, so I don't want it to feel like a job. So my last prompt works for me. I got a spicy romance. a spicy romance, and that is perfect. I believe that the Dreamland Billionaires series falls into this category. I haven't actually heard anything about whether or not there is a lot of spice in it. I know what the general plot of the book is, and like the tropes and the vibes and the aesthetic, and I'm really interested in that. But I also haven't heard much about the spice level. I think I heard that her other series, the Dirty Air series, was kind of spicy, but I'm not sure. So I'm gonna tentatively say that the fine print is going to be my spicy romance pick for the month, and I will check in if that ends up, because I'm gonna go look up the spice level. I will check back in to see if I should pick something else for this prompt. I have a couple of other ones that I could pick that I'm excited about, but this is currently the book that I'm like, okay, that's what I want to read. Which I even put a poll up on Twitter, just like helping me pick my next read, and it was The Fine Print, Throttled, and Done and Dusted by Lila Sage, which is another cowboy romance. I am really enjoying the cowboy romances right now, and I believe that my physical copy of Done and Dusted comes in tomorrow or Saturday, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my TBR. The three that I have picked and decided on are The Hate You Give, The Fine Print, and I did already forget what my other one is. Oh, Book Lovers by Emily Henry, my audiobook. That is my audiobook pick as well. It'll probably be read mostly on audio. So that is it for my September TBR for the month. I am super excited to get into these, and I'm probably, because it's almost midnight on September 1st. Right now I'm filming this so late. I didn't feel like filming, and we just had a hurricane, and I could have filmed like it. Luckily we didn't get too much in our area. Nothing really affected us, so I could have filmed when all that was going on. I did film a hurricane reading vlog, and that's one of the other things that's going to be up soon. I want my TBR and my wrap up to go up first, but I might just post the reading vlog like maybe Monday or something as its own kind of thing, to see if, just so that it doesn't like get pushed super far back. Although I don't really know why it matters. I mean, there's really no reason to be like, oh, here's my hurricane reading vlog from these few days where the hurricane was coming through. You know, like, it doesn't have to be right after the hurricane. But yeah, so those are my plans for upcoming videos. So I hope you stick around and watch those, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! I just deleted an entire clip, and I really don't even remember what I was saying in it. I mentioned that I did my TBR video and my wrap up is coming, and those are coming in the next couple of weeks. I also have a reading vlog for, we just had a hurricane come through, so that'll be going up pretty soon. But yeah, it is almost midnight on, it's August 31st right now. It's going to be September, so I'm probably going to go and set up my cozy little spot in the living room so that I can read out there, or I have a stack of vinyls sitting on my ottoman right now, but I might read in here on my Kindle because I do have this nice little chair, and I'm really hoping that this ottoman helps me to want to sit in this chair a lot more, because it isn't super comfortable if you don't have somewhere to put your feet up. That's a whole thing in itself that I won't get into. But thank you for listening to some of my ramblings during this TBR video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye!